For everyone who doesn't know me, hello, my name's Zena. I have an extended diploma in business studies which covers marketing campaigns, consumer interactions, brand imagery and inner workings, data analytics, finance and the English legal system. I also have degrees in marketing in the 21st century, project management, understanding and managing risks, social marketing and different types of business. I'm also working towards a diploma in business administration, so safe to say I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, in this video I'll be talking about Blizzard and their sister companies, the switch from Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2, controversies and damage control, the Microsoft takeover, their interactions with consumers, inclusivity, the public and how they promote their products, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So sit down and shut up, buckaroos, as I present to you the caffeine-fueled, anxiety-inducing, and hallucination-creating project I assembled in a discount Microsoft Word.
I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
I'm qualified to talk about this subject as I have around 200 hours on Symmetra, in unranked of course. No, I don't have a life, and my boyfriend is sending me back to grippy sock jail. I've brought too much sim merch, both in and out of game. This video is for informational purposes only, and all of my sources are available to the public, which will be credited in the description and at the end of the video. This video is not meant to harm anyone or any companies. The intent of this video is not malicious and isn't meant to cause any slander or defamation. The topics in this video are on the heavier side, such as SA. Saying that, viewer discretion is advised. I'm also sorry if I butcher any names. Before we start the video, I'd like to give a quick little shout out to the people who helped me create this video. That being my boyfriend, my editor, my teacher, who told me to continue with this project even when I wanted to give up, and my dad. He has nothing to do with this project, but I love him. Anyway, without further ado. Blizzard was founded by Alan Adam, Michael Mornehey, and Frank Pierce in February of 1991. Some of Blizzard's titles that you may recognise are the World of Warcraft franchise, the Diablo franchise, Overwatch the sequel, and Heroes of the Storm. You may know Blizzard to be partnered with another company called Activision. Blizzard and Activision merged in 2008, then creating one of the world's largest gaming companies. 8 years later, Activision acquired another company called King. In the modern day, these companies are known as ABK and function in unison. King is known for such titles as Bubble Saga, Candy Crush Saga, Pet Rescue Saga, and Crash Bandicoot on the Run. Not to be biased, but I do have a really swaggy Crash Bandicoot shirt. The question on everybody's mind is, why did Overwatch even need a sequel? Microtransactions, obviously. There's more, but trust me, my history doesn't go that far, and I don't trust you lot to not drain the £1.35 in my account. I'm joking. Kinda. Anyway, many called it a dead game. Overwatch 1 was dead, let's be real here. It needs a revival. It does seem, however, that they did it in the complete wrong way. The rest of the player base thought, like me, and may have thought that was for monetary gain. Why did they shut down the servers? Since they wanted your hard-earned shillings with minimal backlash, they shut the Overwatch 1 servers so that people wouldn't revert back to Overwatch 1 and keep their money in their wallets. Why did they shut down the servers? Because they didn't want to have to deal with headlines saying, shortly after the launch, players abandoned Overwatch 2 for Overwatch 1 in droves. I mean, thinking of it in the grand scheme of things, Blizzard is a AAA company who wants to keep their game relevant. For those who don't know what a AAA game is, the term refers to a game that is produced and or companies with a high development and marketing budget. Some companies that produce AAA games are EA and Ubisoft. Side note, do any Brits remember the FIFA craze? I'm getting numb flashbacks just thinking of it. Like, is it still going on? Or am I just not hearing about it anymore? Or have I just aged like 300 years writing that sentence? Blizzard's company vision is to connect and engage the world through epic entertainment, which makes sense if you think about it. Overwatch 1 was reaching the end of its product lifecycle, which means it was becoming less and less relevant to the consumer. To revive this lifecycle, Blizzard decided to make an upgraded version of the game by adding new maps, money-sucking microtransactions, new heroes, skins, and offering reworks, buffs, and nerfs to existing characters. Some of the more notable changes are the new 5v5 system, getting rid of the element of having 2 tanks to a team, a new escort map, Circuit Royale, Midtown and Paraiso coming in as hybrid maps, and 2 new push maps, Colosseo and New Queen Street. Microtransactions, 2 new characters that were added into the beta, Sojourn who was a damage hero and New Queen coming in as a tank. Push itself was also a new game mode that was added, where you would push a robot to your team's victory point within a map, while the enemy team tries to gain control of the robot. A seasonal battle pass was introduced where you can complete challenges to level up said battle pass to earn in-game rewards. Many say that this system replaced loot boxes. The biggest difference between the two is that now Overwatch 2 is free to play, but if you owned Overwatch 1 you're entitled to rewards. In my eyes, this was a good business decision, as if you were a console player for Overwatch 1, not only would you have to pay for the game itself, but you'd also have to make additional purchases of your platform subscription to play with players online. Many didn't buy the game, as Overwatch may have been the only reason for shelling out a monthly sum and may not have been seen as worthy by many. The ending credit cards were also removed once the game has ended, which some weren't happy about. Overwatch 2 officially released October 4th, 2022, but was announced at BlizzCon November 1st, 2019. This is a whopping 2 years and 11-month difference. Overwatch 1 was released 3rd of May 2016, but was announced November 7th, 2014, at yet another BlizzCon event, meaning that there was a 1 year and 5 month difference, which is significantly shorter than Overwatch 2 announcement and release. Personally, I wasn't very involved in the launch of Overwatch 2, as I personally didn't play Overwatch 1, but I did know someone who did. Around July of 2022, they said that they have been waiting too long for the release of the new game and were slowly losing interest in it. But on the other hand, I can say that I have seen interest in the game withering away at the time of my research, the 22nd of the 12th, 2023. These are live player stats from activeplayer.io. Okay, we get it, this video is very outdated, but I have a life, kinda. I will do an updated version if people want that, so smash that like. As you can see, Overwatch 2 has been very hit and miss with their player base and have lost and gained in clusters. Another contributing factor to the end of Overwatch 1 was the amount of lawsuits that they were served. One of the lawsuits involved multiple bodies, these including Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, State Farm, and T-Mobile. They all pulled their funding from the Overwatch League after a lawsuit against Activision Blizzard after an investigation that brought workplace conditions to light. It was later described as a pervasive frat boy workplace culture with a systemic discrimination against women. According to the Office of Public Affairs, the Justice Department also filed another lawsuit against Activision Blizzard for suppressing esports players' compensation. The lawsuit was filed under antitrust laws. The games that were a part of this were Call of Duty and Overwatch 1 and their respective leagues. These two leagues are privately owned and reported to practice 70 hours a week. According to the IRS, in America, full-time employment hours are 32 to 40 hours a week. This shows not only that they were doing full-time employment, but also qualify for overtime payment due to the hours they were working. To put it plain and simple, the US is fighting for the rights of the esports players and make sure that Blizzard don't put in rules to restrict pay. Apparently Blizzard just don't like to pay people, and I've been fighting to work for this company. This video might put me on their radar, but for all the wrong reasons. This whole video is a joke. Blizzard, please hire me. I love you. In October of 2022, Justice Reeve from The Gamer reported that there was a game mode within Overwatch 2 called Sexual Assault Simulator. This was able to become a thing as there are custom games, which anybody would be able to create and publish within the overall game itself. Though some may be harder to find, as the more popular games would flood the recommendations. Even with its soft filtering, there was allegedly a 12-year-old that found the Sexual Harassment Simulator, which simulated a female character getting raped. Another disgusting fact is that this allegedly was version 1.2 of the game, meaning this game has undergone development once and it was published, maybe even got some criticism and suggestions for the game. For damage control for this custom game, Blizzard immediately removed the game and improved automatic filters to make sure something like this doesn't slip through the cracks again, while manually removing the ones that are not caught by the system. Allegedly, the game code that needs to be manually entered by the player will still allow you to access, and there are images on the internet of the experience, which while researching this segment I can confirm. There are both images on Google and videos on YouTube. I will not be showing gameplay for obvious reasons, but there is proof that the game did exist. I found this image on Reddit posted by user Saint Janine Decent. I know that Reddit isn't the most credible source, but come on man, I need to get my controversial information somewhere. In fact, I actually sent a carrier pigeon to the headquarters and asked them a few questions. This is a dramatized version of events. On January 18th of 2022, Microsoft announced that they intended on acquiring Activision Blizzard for nearly $69 billion. Nice. And the deal was finalized in October of 2023. Microsoft has acquired more than 8,500 Activision employees.
Now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
While adding 9 game studios for Blizzard and transferring them to Xbox Gaming Studios, while adding 11 studios in more locations. Microsoft is now dubbed a publishing powerhouse. Activision CEO Bobby Kotick is said to remain until the end of the transition, which is said to be done by the end of 2023, with a statement. I have long said that I am fully committed to help with the transition. An email was also sent out to the Activision Blizzard employees stating, Phil has asked me to stay on as the CEO of ABK, reporting to him, and we have agreed that I will do that through the end of 2023. We both look forward to working together on a smooth integration for our teams and players. The takeover was inevitable, as the revenue from the gaming industry is now 5 times higher than from the global box office, and way bigger than the music industry itself. And of course, Microsoft wanted a part of this, because, you know, they don't have enough, I guess. Even though they're one of the biggest companies globally, but I guess they wanted more. Following this takeover, Microsoft will have access to multi-million-dollar IPs, such as Call of Duty, Overwatch, and Diablo, and will become a major stakeholder in the world of esports and Major League Gaming. I mean, good for you, girl. Anything to stay afloat in this economy, I get it. No, like, really, I get it.
Be who you are, for your pride. Don't hide.
Blizzard has released a statement about inclusion and diversity. It is critically important Blizzard represents the millions of our players who make up our communities worldwide. in our games, in our stores, in our characters, and in our global offices. We know diversities lead to a growth and innovation, while being inclusive allows players to feel more at home in our worlds, and our employees feel more at home at Blizzard. Representation matters. A diverse employee population matters. Inclusion matters. Their definition of equality and inclusion seem to be very industry standard and cut and paste. How we defined ED and I. Diversity. All of the ways that we are unique, seen and unseen. Equality. Fair treatment, access, opportunity and advertisement for all people. Inclusion. Everyone feels heard, valued, and a sense of belonging. Honestly, I don't know why every company statement is so similar. Like, you could not be creative for once in your damn life? I mean, come on, you make $7 billion in revenue, and you can't pay someone to try and make a better statement. Please hire me, I'll do it for you. Anna W. from Customer Products stated, being a part of the consumer product groups means that I have a chance to create epic and meaningful Blizzard products for all of our fans and our Blizzard family. The Blizzard Rainbow Pin is one of the great examples when we combine Blizzard's creativity, resources, and passion towards a great cause. I am honoured and touched to be a part of an effort that is very dear to my heart. I mean, let's be real, $1 billion company, and the best you could do was some pretty coloured pins. Good one. Personally, I feel as if there could have been at least one more way you could display inclusivity within a business, but I guess that has nothing to do with me. I mean, Blizzard does have a fuck ton of weird ideas, but that segues perfectly into our next segment. Blizzard has a very colourful, do you get it? Rap sheet for the collaborations. K-pop groups, Arizona Iced Tea, gaming chair companies, yes, companies, plural, Uniqlo. So, for those who aren't familiar with the Uniqlo brand, it's one of my boyfriend's favourites, and he won't shut up about it. It's a clothing brand, and let me just say, their quality is absolutely amazing, but they do have some questionable collaborations. Some of the designs aren't too bad. To be honest, I would even wear some of them myself, not being a Diablo fan. At least it's better than, the Primark League merch. That was very questionable, but you're into what you're into, and nobody can take that from you. We can bully you for it though, so beware, because I will be coming for your brand. At least you can let people know your virginity is safe and sound, locked behind a cage. KFC? It seems like Blizzard knows their audience very well, especially for Diablo, the greasy bum-licking Anyway, a bubble tea place? Again, they know the Bracemen were a breed of humans that love their game, and how much money they're willing to shell out on merchandise, no matter what it could be. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Diablo incontinence tool, plug? Lego. To be honest, Lego was a very good choice. I don't main Diva or Ryan, and I'd still buy this. I have unfortunately been a victim of Overwatch merch, buying multiple of their blind boxes. The minifigures are just too cute to pass up, okay? Don't blame me. There has obviously been some more development since I started this paper, as life got in the way of things and it took a lot longer than I expected, so I am so sorry for the delay, if anybody was waiting for this video. If anybody wants to hear me ramble on even more than I have in this video, please drop a comment if you want to follow up, or if you want me to cover a different company. This was a lot of fun and the direction I would love my channel to go into, as business is my passion and I love doing deep dives. I may have done this video out of pure spite, but that's not the point. That's the end of the video. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.